Well, at the beginning of the crisis, as for everybody, it's like instant panic. Lockdown happens and you can't go to work. But I think we knew from the beginning that being in the entertainment business, that it was going to be a struggle for longer, because that's the industry that's hit for the longest period of time. And we're probably not really going to get back into things how they were until next year. I would say things aren't going to be the same even then. So it's an unsure time.
And what's it been like for the artists, the people that you deal with? What have they been telling you?
The same thing. It's just not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing how to deal with things. So being self-employed, you don't, especially at the beginning, didn't know if there was going to be any assistance. You hear of people who worked for companies getting furloughed, but that possibly wasn't going to happen for us. So we spent a long time, about 6 weeks, just thinking that there wasn't really much of an option to get assistance.
So how have you managed?
During that time, help from friends and family, and then also through speaking to a friend who was working for a food bank, without us asking, but for him knowing what we do in our situation, he came and helped, and he fetched us a couple of food parcels. And Derek's always doing charity walks and charity missions and stuff anyway, and he's always looking for a new cause, and it just seemed right that we got the help and knew how much it meant to us, to therefore pay it back really. And he's paid it back tenfold. We've got so many donations, unbelievable, like money donations for the Trussell Trust, which is like a UK-wide company, and he chose that because the people who'd helped us were across the UK, and then actual food donations for the local area to this lake and to where we live. So we've got just loads and loads of bags of food, and he's raised loads of money as well. I'm sure it's nearly £800 so far.
Wow. So had you set a target at the beginning?
Yeah, he wanted like £10 an hour, so he'd aimed for 240. So he's gone well over and above that. I can see him coming now actually for his last lap.
So what's it like being married to a man who's charity fundraising mad?
It's entertaining and interesting. And actually, because we haven't got any gigs or anything like that happening, this has been like the most relaxed fundraiser on a personal level, because we didn't have to go to work yesterday, we haven't got anything tonight or anything. So we've been able to concentrate purely on this.
Derek, you've just finished your 24-hour marathon. What was it like?
It was brilliant. People travelled from all kinds of places. Yorkshire, 3.5-hour drives. People locally, people dropping off food for people and just driving away, saying bye and good luck. More people have joined in with this than most things I've ever done. And every time you see someone, especially now, it's just the best. It was amazing.
And what was it made you particularly want to help the food bank charity?
The food bank charities, because when I was on tour and a very successful music year, and then when this all broke out, every single thing that I do was cancelled. I wasn't allowed to leave. I'm still not allowed to do anything. I can't raise any money, and that's me for the whole year. Even when everything opens up, it doesn't open up for me. So I was suffering a lot, struggling a lot, me and Melanie, and we're not used to this. The savings was £7, so people started sending work bits and pieces, and then someone said about the food banks, and I've raised money for them for years, and then someone delivered some and said, what this does, what it's for. So I looked into it more, Melanie did, and then I said, right, I'll do the 24-hour walk and raise all the money we can for this, and it's worked. It's well over £1,000 and so many bags of food. It's amazing.
And what was the walk like itself in terms of being difficult?
But every lap someone joined you for it, and so there was only a couple of laps in the night. What Ellie did, Ellie decided not to sleep because I think she's training to do these, and when it started raining heavy, about 3 in the morning till 5, there's no money coming in and there's no food being dropped off because it's the middle of the night, and you know that you've just got to do this for another 4 hours, 5 hours before anybody turns up, and then the rain might scare them away. So that bit was hard, and the last lap was, because I knew I'd nearly done it, and I'm in a lot of pain, more than I normally would be, because I twisted my ankle and I never fixed it properly. I tried, but so that it was worth it though. It's going to get worse for the next 2 or 3 years, but then it'll get better, and you have to remember it always gets better. Every decade is terrible, but people forget it. So you've just got to remember that we'll get through every single decade, every century, and it's all because of you caring about other people.